Hi ho, to the harvest we will go. We'll build the kits and we'll have bits because it's going slow. Hi ho, ha ha! Hello, my darlings. Hello, darling. Let's get to work. The landing gear broke off. It actually broke off last night, and I glued it in place, but it didn't hold. It's a butt joint. I may have to do something else with it. We'll see. It's going to slow things up. So yesterday, while I was looking at the video I shot, it dawned on me, wait a minute, I got a P80 in a picture behind me. I didn't even notice that while I was doing it. I saw that when I was editing. And I was like, those tail flashes and everything and the number, why does that seem so familiar? Well, because that's what came with the F-80, same airplane, 873. And it has the real simple markings I was thinking I'd do, basically an all aluminum job with just a flash on the tail. And I might be able to salvage that. What are the odds that the kit model decals are the exact same as the artwork I have on the wall? This is right up there with when I found out Tamiya made the Colonel's airplane when I wanted to build it. So I'm guessing maybe this airplane is of some significance, or perhaps they use that artwork as an inspiration for the decals. I don't know what the story on that is, but it's, given the thousands of these planes that were built, it's got to be more than just a coincidence. One had to inspire the other, I would think. So cool. Well, we know we're going to do it, and I think maybe these might be able to be salvaged. I've got some restorer fluid. I'm going to try some of the other decals that I'm not going to use and see if they hold together. If not, I'll use the restorer fluid. But hey, this may turn out to be a little more something than unexpected after all. And on top of that, although I have it over here hardening, the airplane is not a tail sitter. It sits on its nose naturally, at least so far. Hallelujah. Okay, I have not inserted the tailpipe, which is painted with jet exhaust paint, so let's see if it's not a tail sitter after that. This is the jet exhaust that goes up the tailpipe, which I have already painted, so I can just insert it when I'm done. It'll be the last thing I do. What I'm thinking is maybe injecting some Gorilla Glue or something up in the nose to add some weight just to make sure it doesn't become a tail sitter. I can probably go through the nose gear bay. Technically, there's a bay floor in there, but you can't see it, so we'll see. If it doesn't sit on its tail, I won't do it. If it does, I will. Yeah, that's just them soaking in water and they're coming apart. So I'm going to use this decal restoring film and see if it works. All right, all the decals that I'm going to use have a nice healthy dose of the restorer fluid on them. We'll see if that works. Fortunately, that tail flash is simple enough that if this doesn't work, I might be able to recreate it by masking. We'll see. Hey guys, we're here with Ian at Hurricane Hobbies. He's demonstrating something to me. Now, what is this?
Well, I thought it was neat. I don't know what it is. It's like a pencil, but it's got kind of putty or something in the end. That you touch. The nearest thing, like I build watches, and then they have the thing called Rodico that you use. It's kind of like a putty that you use to pick up small parts. But if you just touch it to stuff and then like twist it, like you can just
I am so buying one of those before I leave.
And then it doesn't leave. I've looked with a magnifying glass. It doesn't seem to leave anything on the piece.
Where did you get these? I know you got some here for sale, but did just something that showed up on?
Yeah, I just go through like the catalogs and look for stuff that I don't know what it is.
And they just, what do they call this?
It's called a pick and hold pencil or something.
Okay,
I don't know
I'm sure plenty of the Gloo Troopers are familiar with this. A new one on me. I've seen guys put like tape on the end of a needle or a pen, so they could do that.
Yeah, you can
or
shape
putty.
this. This is kind of like you can bend it and you can make it real sharp or real blunt or whatever. But it's weird because in the beginning I was pressing it hard in there. You don't have to even press it. You just touch
Oh
the
my
thing.
God! I can still use that on that Mustang I'm working on right now.
It's really neat. So I got a bunch of them, but no one's bought any.
Well, you're about to sell one to me.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the first of the reconstituted decals, and it wanted to curl upward, so I used a micro set, and once that's all done, I'll hardened up. I'll try some micro saw to help it, fit. But I think it might work. It might work. The glue wasn't holding that loose gear, so I used Gorilla Glue, and I'm going to have to let this set overnight before I can, because it takes a while for that stuff to set up before I can go any further. Yeah, it is not working out too well. We were able to salvage the decal, but I think it's just from age, being 40 years old, it's just lost its adhesion. And there's really not much I can do about that. I could try to put a little glue on it, but that would just disintegrate it. I don't know if putting a little microsol on top after the solder set did its job made it curl, or if it was going to do that with the solder set anyway. So I was able to get it to lay back down using just solder set. And we'll see. Went through all this trouble to start building the gun trays and everything, only to find out that you don't really need them if you're not planning to show the guns. They go into the airplane, but they have just, if you just want to build it without displaying the guns, they have covers that go over. You don't need the guns, which I don't need because I'm not going to be displaying the ammo trays. Oh well, I'm sure I can use those for something else. Nope, I don't think that one can be saved. Okay, last desperate attempt. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's an unholy mess. Let me see if I can find some replacements. I thought the barrels looked a little short on these things. They actually go to this blocking point. These, I'm installing it in one wing. The ammo tray's up on top. You'd have it open, the bullets would go there. There's the string of bullets. I'm not using them, but this all goes under here just so you can see it from on top if the wing's open. So you don't need, if you're not going to show the ammo trays, you don't even need any of this stuff inside the wing. I probably won't even do it for the next wing. And somebody needs a little revising, a little re-gluing. You might need a little touch of putty in there. So Gloo Trooper Ian Atkinson was at Hurricane Hobbies today. He's built some of these beautiful models that you've seen in the viewers build. Great model builder. And we started chatting up a storm. And I asked him off the top of my head, worst color to paint? Well, bat an eye, he said, yellow. And he told me what you need to do is prime it with pink first. In fact, he said that's why Tamiya makes the pink primer. So I'm going to put that to the test. I've had people tell me black or gray or all these other colors, and varying degrees of success, but I'm going to use the top wing of this Goshawk F2C2, an old monogram kit that I built as a kid, and see how it turns out. God, I can't believe it's probably been 50 years since I bought that kit as a kid. Man, half a century goes by like slats on a picket fence when you're cruising down the highway doing 50. Okay, enough of that. Let's see what happens. So, of course, the first order of business was to clean the wing, make sure there's no 50-year-old mold release agent on it. And then I gave it 3 light coats of the primer, the pink primer, and top and bottom. And then I started putting on the yellow acrylic with an airbrush. And that's the first coat. And then there's the second coat. And these are not heavy coats. And then there was a final third coat. And it looks absolutely great. No fuss, no muss. We have broken the code on the painting yellow. I brought this old Starfix Spitfire out of the junker shed to have something to practice putting questionable decals on. You know, just a sacrifice airplane when you have some questionable decals, see if they stick. That way next time I won't have to do it on the actual model, which has resulted in, you know, a lot of sanding, repriming, and now repainting. Well, the other landing gear popped off, so I'm trying to Gorilla Glue it in place. Unless I Gorilla Glued the wrong one. Oh gosh. These landing gears are pretty spindly, not shock 1/72 scale. If this one doesn't take, then I'm going to make an amendment and make this a wheels up airplane, put it on a stick, and that way it'll match the poster. So that means I'll have to put the bomb racks on it, but that's no big deal. So I finally finished off the Ontos today.
Onslow in some borrowed death trap of a vehicle.
I said Ontos, not Onslow. It came out okay. The figures aren't that great, but I went ahead and put forth the college try to make it look good. You'll see more pictures of this in the next viewer's build. And Ontos. I also got some ground made on the P-51, getting the wings started. Before long, it'll start to look like an airplane. I want to thank Ian Atkinson for that magnificent tip on paint using yellow paint. You know, that's pretty much what I got done today. So see you guys at the live stream tomorrow night. Take care of yourselves, and as always, model on. I just like my gun into the camera. I can feel my spine cracking.